Hi everyone. I thought I'd just click the video, or click the camera and click the video on, just to make not a very long video, just a short one. Actually, well, that's Apani's nightly routine because he would like to come out, so I will get him out soon. But I really wanted, if I can move, of course, my bird thing out of the way, to come over here, and I'm hoping that you will be able to see that Maya has decided to go into her little sphagnum moss tub today, or later today actually, because I moistened it all up for her. And she is in shed, so yeah, I think she's enjoying that little bit of hydration. And I did get asked why sphagnum moss. I've put Jesse's in, but he's not ventured down to it. I know he is almost due for a feed, but I also know he will be needing to go outside, so I'll be doing that with him tomorrow, and filling up a pool with some water as well, being so warm here at the moment. But Lily has just had a feed of mice, and now it's about, is she remembering she's had a feed. I haven't given her anything for about, not quite an hour, but pretty close to an hour. And I now want to put her home. And is she still going to be in that feeding mode? Or is she going to understand I'm not getting fed? And many people, would think twice about actually doing this if they've really just fed their snake, wondering, are they going to think that I'm going to offer her something else to eat? So I haven't got this on a tripod or anything. I've just got this in my hand, and I am going to try and move some things here, and hopefully you will see how Lily responds and how I let her know that I am not going to be giving her anything else to eat, that this is actually now time. You can see her looking at me like, is there another mouse for me, Mum? And I know that she's had enough. Of course, sometimes the snake will just keep eating, and I'm sure that, at some point Lily would stop and say, well, my belly is really, really full. But she did have 3 extra large mice, and I say extra large mice, but, they're not huge mice. And then she just had normal adult sized mice. So I'm letting Lily know right now I'm here, but I haven't offered her anything to eat. So personally, I think right now she is completely understanding there's no mice, that there's just Mum here. And I do want to just get her home. She could stay out longer because I'm not going to bed now. But I would like to just get her home and her get herself comfortable now that she's got a belly full of mice. So, yeah, just so you can see basically that you can feed a snake out and not be concerned about touching them and picking them up and putting them home. Of course, I will be relatively gentle because she has a full belly. Lily knows the routine. She knows how to get home, but I'll make sure that I'm not being you know, rough, and I never am anyway, and aware of the fact that right now she's got a belly full of mice as that heat light switches off, of course. So it's just about, you know, getting Lily and saying to her, you know, you're going home, bub. It's actually time to go home. And she will be kind of knowing now, I'm going home and I really don't want to go home. Not, can I have another mouse? It's not about getting a mouse now. This is just, it's time to go home. So you'll only see a certain amount, because I can't move the camera too much. Once I'm sort of holding Lily and bringing her on down. So I'll leave it go until then. So anyway, let's get Lily going. And yeah, get her on home. And yeah, like I said, she certainly knows this isn't about having any more mice. This is about just going on home. So I'll spin you around. I'm not sure about what you will see. So if it ends abruptly, I'll say ciao now. And if you can see, I'm doing this very, very gently, of course. And now she's going to go down and pretty much just go on home, aren't you, Lil? Hey, have you got a nice full belly? Is your belly nice and full? She says, well, Mum, you're not going to let me go back up, are you? Which, no, I am not. So, yeah, I just wanted to get a little bit more of her body down, and that way I can get a fair amount of her actually into her enclosure. There you go, Bob. There you go. Now you're not coming out again, darling. Go get nice and warm. I guess you can hear me, but you can't really see me. Apologies. I am in my pajamas because it's getting rather late, but I'm trying to catch up with videos of people that I enjoy watching and support. She's just slowly making her way down, and I always make sure her tail does not drop. I'm always ready to catch that before it falls, and I think Lily truly knows that I hold her tail, and Lily, of course, does not mind having me hold her tail. And in actual fact, sometimes I can be holding her tail for quite some time before she gets it in through that door for me. But I don't know where she's going to lay or where she'll get herself comfortable, possibly up in her hammock. But she was actually down on the ground when I woke up this morning, curled up pretty much where you can see her moving her head down there. Yeah, that's where she was curled up, fast asleep, until she came to the door and wanted out. This moss box is not really overly moist, so I do have a water bottle here, which I can moisten that up, because this is right under Lily's heat, so it is blurring because it's focused on my hand squirting water in there. And all I do is, I stick my hand in and I give it a bit of a mix up, so it's not wet on the top, but it's still wet for her. And I'll have to wash that a little bit, because I've made it a bit dirty now, but that's okay. Snake enclosures are not always absolutely spotless, but she's going actually down into her hide. I think it looks like she's going into her hide. I did have a big hide there. She wasn't using it, and in actual fact it was almost like it's just taking up too much space for me down here. And she likes to get into the side there to get to the door to tell me to come out, and she couldn't. And she was not really liking it. So I've put a smaller hide back in there. And even though I know she can't fit in there, I know she can fit to the side of it. She can push it over and fit herself over in the corner there and curl up anyway, which Lily really likes to do. So a much better hide, and that's the only one Lily really has. She's not been one to really need hides for a long time. She did when she was younger. When she was in shed, she would just completely stay in a hide until she was ready to shed. But she's now much older and much more confident, is the word. And, well, confident, but feels safe and trust and all that wonderful stuff that your snake should feel in your home. So there you go, guys. Now I will say ciao. But, I will say, for all of you to take care of yourself and your family and your friends and your snakes and all your animals, and especially at this time of the year. It's Christmas and we should be thinking about others, and especially others who are less fortunate than what we are. And there are always somebody less fortunate, and I am truly thankful for what I have in my life. And of course my animals are my joy, my pride and joy in my life, and my pleasure. They are something that I look forward to every day, to get up and to see them, and what's going on, and yes, and that is, freshening up their water and making sure nobody's made a mess, and do I need to clean up, and all of that goes with me loving having all my animals and taking good care of all my animals.